Okay, let's continue talking about references. And the question number 5, it's the following. Which other materials can we cite? Okay, we must cite the source every time we incorporate research, words, ideas, data, or information that is not our own. While we are synthesizing and often summarizing many pieces of information, we must cite any concept that is not our own. This includes any source that contributes either directly or indirectly to our knowledge and understanding of the material and the formulation of our argument. For example, we can cite books, encyclopedias, ebooks, web pages, journals, researches, artworks, and government documents. Now let's move on to the question number 6, and it says, how should we extract information of our essay? Firstly, we must decide the part of the text we want to use in our writing and identify the type of source it has, if it is primary source or secondary source. There are two types of sources. The primary source provides direct evidence about your topic, and the secondary source provides an interpretation or commentary on the primary source. However, there are two ways to use the information to avoid plagiarism and not only copying and pasting. In the thick of them, we have direct quote and indirect quote. Both direct quote use the information from the original. The direct quote also use the exact word and not more than 40 words. We must take care with that. While the indirect quote paraphrases the original word. Both direct and indirect quote need to be cited in the text and listed in the preferences page. Now let's move on to the question number 7. How much material do I need to build a proper essay? There is not an exact or a specific number about how much material do we need to build a proper essay. However, you should aim to provide enough evidence and analysis to fully develop your argument and support your writing. Around the 30% of the essay must be based on quotes and references, such as articles and researches. Also, in an essay can be included details, examples, and explanations. Now, let's move to the question number 8. How do I reference the material? First of all, to create a reference, we need a citation, and there are two types of text citations in APA format, parenthetical and narrative. We have an example in here about what is narrative citation and parenthetical citation. Parenthetical and narrative. Parenthetical citations include the authors and the date of publication within parentheses. Narrative citations intertwine the author as a part of a sentence with the date of publication in parentheses. Here we have the narrative citation includes only the date in parentheses, and the parenthetical citation includes the name and the date of the reference and also the information. So the narrative use like the name of the author in the same sentence as in the one that is like the information. This is the different. Now let's move to how to create a reference. You have in here the idea about what a reference is, and we have first the author surnames, and we have to write the initials. Then we have to write the date published, the title of the source, which means that it's gonna be like the name that the article or any other material takes, and in here the location of publisher and the publisher. We need to address. For example, if it is in the United States, we must use the state and the city. And if it is not from United States, we must write the country and the city. And lastly, we need the URL, which is the link that is going to help us to find the source. But it is only if our work or our source is online. Now let's move on to the question number 9, which is the last one. And it says 5 useful tips to be a better writer. The first tip, read widely. You need to read widely and often. It helps you to develop an understanding of different styles, genders, and techniques. Also, it improves your vocabulary. Number 2, write regularly. Writing is like any other skill. It improves with practice. Set aside time each day or week to write, even if it is just a few paragraphs. When you practice, you can reach your goals in writing things. Number three, write for your audience. Consider who your readers are and what they want from your writings. Tailor your writing style, tone, and content to meet their needs. And number four, plan your writing. Before you start writing, take the time to plan your piece. This helps you to organize your thoughts and create a coherent structure for your writing. So it means that you can create an outline and a brainstorming to have clear ideas about what you want to achieve in your writing. And the last one, number five, edit and revise. Good writing requires editing and revising. Once you have completed your first draft, go back and revise it, focusing on grammar, sentence structures, and clarity. Also, you can ask questions to yourself according to the coherence that the text or your essay has. And you can take a look about the linking ideas and the logical movement that it has between one idea and the other. It has been everything for today. Hope you like it.